First, I want to talk about London, Kentucky. This was a relatively small town that got just almost completely destroyed by a tornado that so far has been rated at least an EF-3. It's a preliminary rating from a full day of surveying yesterday that the Weather Service did. They are working their tails off, and they're going to be hard at work over the next few weeks, too. You can see just how heartbreaking some of these pictures are. You're seeing concrete slabs where houses have been wiped clean, and we've had reporters down on the ground there. I want to go out to Katie Byrne. You've been there over the last day or so. I imagine it's something that you can't really get used to seeing. I'm just curious, like, where do people even start when it comes to this kind of damage? What's the timeline? What are people working on right now?
Ari, I think people who live here are still in a state of shock over what happened. We do have a lot of volunteers and neighbors and family members showing up to start the cleanup process, but the last thing that we need right now is happening, and that's rain coming down on us. We know we have a severe weather threat in the forecast tomorrow, and we're hearing stories about people who survived this, and not only were survivors, but were heroes after this happened. That's what I want you to know about Carrie Davis and her family. Carrie's with us now, and we are standing in what should be your living room, but
yes,
your house isn't here anymore.
No, my house isn't here. At 11:40, my husband went and got me out of the bedroom and told me, you got to get in the basement. So we went down to the basement immediately. And about 6 minutes later, we were hunkered down. It was my kids, and we had the dogs and the cats and everybody in the basement, and our ears blew out, and then everything just crumbled. There's a trailer behind us with that's on top of my house, a whole trailer, and it blew out the cars. And then after the storm, my son went out, and we tried saving as many people as we can. We ran to my neighbor's house that is demolished right now, and they were trapped. We couldn't get to them, but we kept hearing people scream, someone help me, help us, help us. And my 19-year-old son Kyle went, and we found a group of 3, and he lifted him up. He had a broken femur, and he lifted him up and threw him over his shoulder, and there was another storm coming, so we had to run to the basement, which that was earlier. And then she had an opened wound on her belly, and that was pretty bad. And my son has an EMS alert bag, and we patched her up as best we can. We all hunkered down. The wall was going to fall off the basement, and it's all brick, so we tried to hurry up and get them in the basement as fast as we can. And then we went out after that second storm passed, and we found some bodies back in the distance, and we located the lady's husband, which that was a big thing. And we called my husband, and so he can talk to his family, because he was missing his family. So it was just tough.
So tough. And living through that, your kids living through that, and in the immediate aftermath of it, going and saving other people.
Yeah, that was our goal, is to save people. We did pass 3 bodies, and that's hard for a 19-year-old to see, you know. He's going to need a lot of help after this, and it's tough. It's real tough.
I'm sure your neighbors and everyone watching this right now is so grateful for what your family did,
Yes.
But you're right. It's something that, you know, he's going to have to work through, and all of you will, and everyone who maybe lived through this that night. It had to be terrifying.
Yeah, my neighbors were terrified. He got 2 broken legs, and she had a big laceration on her face, but she lived her whole life, and this has never happened in this area. This used to be all tobacco fields, so it was tough. It was real tough, and now we're just trying to salvage what we can.
Yeah. I know we were looking, so this was your living room.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
were in your bedroom when it happened, right over there.
Yes.
And this is one of the only houses that we've seen that has a basement, thank God. You were able.
Yeah, we tried getting everybody. We first started packing them. My son dragged his truck out of this rubble behind us, and he got his truck out and we got some headlights, and he's got lights around his rims and stuff like that. So we had some light because there was no power. And we tried assessing everybody as much as we could to get him help. And it was just, words can't express how terrifying it was.
The moments now that are ahead of you. I mean, you're staying with family, I think your husband mentioned.
Yes.
And what are the immediate needs from you, from your neighbors? What are people needing right now? We've got rain coming down on us as you're cleaning up.
Well, hopefully they stay the looters out. The looters are really bad right now. They set up a mobile command to stop the looters, but the looters are coming and picking through our stuff, and they stole all my neighbor's jewelry, and it's just, we need manpower to get all this cleaned up, and that way, because insurance will help us, but I mean, this is a 72-foot house behind us, that's our trailer that's on my house, and that's going to take a lot of manpower to get off.
I'm so glad your family is okay, and we just want to start with that, because what you went through was terrifying when you look around at the debris field that we're essentially standing in. But I know this is important, what you mentioned, that people, the mental side of this and remembering what happened is something that we're going to have to pay attention to going ahead. And you mentioned hands on the ground. We know that the mayor's office, they said that the biggest need, in addition to shelter, is people showing up and helping with the cleanup.
Cleanup and not trying to loot, just cleaning up. And just like, we just found a dead puppy in our backyard when you were there with us, and I returned it to its owner. If he zooms in over here, right there, they just made a burial ground for 17 dogs they lost. And I had a total of 11 dogs in my son's car, because we just started rescuing dogs after they came. EMS members were like, "Do you have dogs?" I said, "Yes, I have Dachshunds," because they had a Dachshund breeding center right over there. So they just started bringing me babies, and I mean, these babies were so little I had to syringe feed them, and it was, I syringe fed them, and I posted it on Facebook Marketplace, with Lost Pets, that we have your Dachshunds. We have at least 5 adults, and I think we had 4 babies. So it was traumatizing.
The stories that you hear and you don't think about in the aftermath of something like this. Carrie Davis, the Davis family, absolute heroes in this town of London, saving people out from under rubble and then making sure that they had somewhere to ride out that next tornado warning that we had, because there were 2. Luckily, that one didn't pan out, but absolutely terrifying moments for so many people on the ground here. Ari, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, these stories are unbelievable to hear. We really appreciate all these people that are sharing the stories. I think it really gives some perspective for the people watching at home. Katie Byrne, live in London, Kentucky, where they are still cleaning up, and it's going to take quite a while. Katie, thanks a lot. We'll check back in just a bit.